Spooky Kid.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Spooky Kid podcast episode. Today, we have the wonderful and amazing and fantabulous Connor Stevens on our show.
What's going on?
Why you gotta get so weirded out, bro? Like, what? Do you not like my introduction, dude? Is that? All right. All seriousness. Welcome back, everybody. We got Connor and Nick on here. These guys I've known for like almost 2 years now, right? Almost about so. Yeah, and I shot one of their acoustic videos they had at the studio out in Orange County, and then we shot I forget the name of that song. Yeah, the music video ish. Yeah, so welcome, you guys. Welcome. The reason I wanted to invite you guys is because, first of all, Nick, man, I know last time you were at my place, we had this crazy conversation about how you had experienced that thing with, I think it was your cousin, when you guys were walking down the street and all those lights turned off when you guys, there was that. Yeah. And then Connor, I don't know, man, I feel like you have some stuff that you want to share, but you're kind of too scared.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little weird, but
hey, man, that's what we're here
I'll
for.
spit it out.
Yeah, spit it out, man. Spit it out. All right. So my first question to both of you, do you guys believe in the paranormal realm, paranormal society, I guess? Like,
The world.
paranormal world.
I don't know. It's hard to say because I haven't had like enough personal experience. And then if I feel like if you're watching footage of it, it could be totally
Like bogus.
But like on the other hand, I think it's totally possible because sometimes weird stuff just goes on that you can't fully rationalize, I guess.
Okay. Connor, do you believe?
Yeah, I mean, there's a other half of my family, being Hispanic, sort of take a very
For you guys that don't know, he's. What the hell was that? For you guys that don't know, he is half what? Irish, right? Or
Mexican and half white. Just all sorts of white.
all right, so it's just a big pot of white. Okay, cool, got it. All right, you're saying?
I like sort of believe it. I sort of don't. I definitely have had experiences.
Okay, so tell us about those experiences, man. That's why we're here.
Oh, I mean, as a person who writes songs, I sort of write songs that, for most like musicians, they write songs that take them like a few days or even hours. For me, it takes like 30 minutes, and so that's sort of like, I think that's more of like an energy based, more than anything. In terms of like actual like paranormal like things happening like physically, not really. I know I have family members who have stories.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What about horror flicks? Do you guys like horror flicks? Do you guys like scary movies?
We didn't get to you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, I'm the host, but hey, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I've had shit happen to me. I've had weird encounters, both physically and I guess, yeah, physically, like I've been touched. Not in that kind of way, but I've been touched. Not in that kind of way. But, no, we're not going into that part. No, like I was saying in one of my previous shows, like something tapped my shoulder, and it freaked me out because I was home alone, and to have like an actual like handprint on my shoulder throughout the day and not knowing where that came from, that made me really believe more that there is like something after death. Not sure exactly what or how I would put it, but I believe that there is something that happens to your body or your spirit after you die. Maybe you're trapped in like this afterlife of maybe like a repeat or searching for some kind of help to tell somebody something or just get something out and then move on to where you're supposed to be. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
Oh, like the afterlife?
Yeah, the afterlife.
I don't know. I think I believe in maybe reincarnation. I feel like that's a cool idea. That like I don't know that we do it like intentionally or something. We're like, oh, I want to experience this, so I'm just gonna go down there and do it or whatever. But I'm not really too set on anything in particular.
Okay. What about you, Kristen?
I definitely believe that anything is like possible. You know what I mean? Because there's just so many unexplainable things in the world that something has to be going on, something behind the scenes. So
I feel like having paranormal experiences myself, I'm like, there has to be something.
yeah, yeah.
Something for sure.
Yeah, I feel like if we're just in a like dark abyss, doesn't really sound comforting.
Yeah. So
Makes sense.
back to my question I had asked. Do you guys like horror flicks? Do you guys watch horror movies? Is there a specific? I mean, I know Connor shakes in his little boy shorts when he.
You don't like them or you just don't watch them?
It's just not enjoyable,
Okay, well, what's not enjoyable though? Like, what? Why is it not enjoyable? Why is it not enjoyable? Like, what does it scare you? Does it?
It's like
Yeah, that's the idea. It's like scare you.
It's just not my thing.
Oh, okay.
I tried watching it. I mean, my mom watches it a lot, and she's like, "You should watch this." I was like, "No, I really shouldn't."
Damn.
I should. Thanks, man.
What about you, Nick?
I like them. I'm torn. Like, I like them, but I've been watching horror movies since I was a little kid. And so I hit my cap of trauma at like 8 years old.
Okay.
And then past that, the rest of them just don't really.
They just don't phase you. They don't
I'm
make
watching
it.
it.
Easy cruising.
Yeah.
I know this is gonna unfold. I know this trope, but at the same time, I still like to see them.
So let me ask you this: what would make an excellent, or if not great, horror movie to you?
So that's why I don't know. Like, maybe a really good twist. But I feel like it's more like psychological.
Okay.
Like if I'm watching like a slasher film, that used to be scary in like 1975, but now it's like
Just like,
we've all seen
yeah.
it like a million times. Well, what used to get me when I was a kid was I think The Thing scared me
Okay.
a good bit.
Yeah.
Because I was like 7. And I'm like, dude, is that a possibility? Like, I don't know what's going to happen. So I think if I could get something like that as an adult, where I could see it being plausible, not just like some murder movie or...
Gotcha.
Like, I watched X and I watched Pearl recently, and they were good movies, but it wasn't scary. But I don't know if they were supposed to be scary.
I mean, it's based on the thriller side from what I've seen. But yeah, I mean, I haven't watched them, to be honest.
They were
But
solid movies, but it's just kind of...
okay.
I was like, okay, yeah, she killed a duck. It's crazy.
Hey, don't spoil it for me. I haven't seen it, dude. Just
Dude, that duck is a very pivotal moment.
all right. Keep that in mind. Connor, man, you must have seen at least one horror flick in your life. One. Like let's say for example, you go on this date with some chick, right? And she's like, "Oh, I want to go see this scary movie." Like, what are you gonna do, bro? What are you gonna do? Are you just gonna back out and be like, "No, let's go watch this"?
Dip my way through to another movie.
Yeah.
Watch this instead.
But look, they got Despicable Me forward.
So not even like the girl of your dreams said, "Hey, let's go watch this movie."
Well,
Man, if I'm in that situation,
Yeah.
So you'd pee your pants a little bit just for her, is what you're saying.
Oh.
I mean, because look at him, he's hyperventilating right now.
Yeah. Oh, so that makes a good impression.
I'm messing with you, bro. I'm messing with you.
it's not a bad guy. What about it scared?
I just can't do it.
Was there one that like freaked you out a lot?
What traumatized you so much that?
Because I don't watch it at all.
Not desensitized yet.
Yeah, he's not desensitized yet. We gotta desensitize you some more, man.
Halloween Horror Nights.
I mean,
Okay, let me ask you this.
like nothing that I can like provide. Sorry for everyone. That's
So let me ask you this: do you go trick or have you been trick or treating?
yes.
Okay.
Anytime.
So then, how is it that you can walk down the street to get candy, but you can't go see a movie? That's why I'm just.
I didn't say like I'm not scared walking down the street. Like creepy old guy's house giving out granola bars instead of candy.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Rightfully scary.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, who the fuck gives out granola bars?
Yeah, right. Like something's up.
Yeah, like, dude, there's something wrong with you. Yeah.
I know there's like a lot of remakes of like scary movies.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I could agree with that.
That's the original.
But have you seen like Jason or Friday the 13th?
Any of the Jason movies? Any of this Freddy
You
Krueger?
can see like
I just never really grew up watching any of them. Like, we're not very cinema based, I guess.
what's up?
All right, that's the end of our show.
No, it's question. You should ask that one question.
Oh yeah. So like if you're in a slasher film, let's just say like you're one of the characters to die. What's like the best, like one of the best deaths you can think of for yourself, and one of the worst deaths you can think of for yourself that could happen?
Like,
You know what I mean?
We're in the movie. Like,
No, yeah, because like you know like how there's like
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
feel like it'd have to be like a cool way, you know. But like with what was it, X? One of the things that like pissed me off so hard is how dumb some of the people act in the movies.
yeah.
And there's this scene where like this dude steps on a nail.
Oh,
With
yeah.
these
Oh
peepholes, right? The whole time I'm like, dog, there's like 2 giant windows right next to you.
Yeah.
You're looking through these little holes. And one girl stabs a pitchfork perfectly through the 3 pitchfork-sized holes. I was like, terrible. Like, I would have been so mad if I was that guy.
yeah.
And then the dude who got murdered in front of the van, like, you didn't just think maybe this old lady's up to something.
Yeah.
So I'd say something like that, where it's like really dumbed up. I'd be so pissed.
Yeah.
If I got tricked into something, it might be kind of cool. Like, I think he's my friend, and then they turn around.
Oh, like a betrayal. Okay.
Shit.
Okay.
That might be kind of worth it.
Nice.
What about you, Connor?
Getting your throat slit.
Oh,
Is
no.
just like
Yeah.
Part of the Scream series.
don't look behind you, you know.
For all those people watching, if you ever want to assassinate Connor over there, just, you know.
Listen to them.
On Halloween night.
Oh my goodness.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
do that.
Don't do it. It's my friend. Don't hurt my friend.
Address link below.
Right? I'll put the address in this.
Toxic.
So just
Do you have an ideal death?
oof. Ideal death.
I have.
On it? Or go ahead. I mean, because I have one, but go ahead.
I want to be shot out of a cannon. Yeah, I don't know. It's like really specific. Yeah,
Well, yeah, you're gonna
just
die.
shove me in there and boop. Yeah,
I mean, just because you see those dudes fly out of a cannon doesn't.
yeah.
You know,
I feel like that would be.
I mean,
I was gonna say that would be fun, but it'd be, it wouldn't be. But I think that'd be cool.
How do you see that?
Be unique. Oh, I don't know.
I can imagine that in a more like Freddy Krueger setting in those type of movies. you
Yeah,
know?
Yeah, like he does it in your dream.
Yeah.
It's good.
go out with a bang,
okay.
Exactly.
What about you, Kristen?
I'm a really big fan of the Alien franchise, so being killed off by one of the aliens I think would be really cool. To me, personally. So
I bet like shoot its little mouth through your head.
I think so, yeah.
Or his-
After I'm fighting it, yeah. My last hurrah, and then I'm dead. So,
One I was gonna say, I just remembered, like, I think it was The Thing, but I would hate this way to die, but this scene where these dudes are in a bathroom and they're like Russians, and they're trying to hold something down in the toilet, and one of his homies is already dead, and is like this alien monster in the toilet.
Yeah.
And then the scene is like his gun is right here and he's reaching up to try and get it. And then the last thing you see is that the toilet seat cracks open and he dies. So presumably the thing just fucking went right up his ass.
Oh.
Killed him. I think that would probably be my least favorite.
No.
Like traumatized me for so long. I didn't trust a single toilet.
Oh.
You know what's funny though is I had a cousin who would not want to take a shit because of something like that. I might have been like the old Thing movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's why she's like, nah, I don't want to use the bathroom. I remember as a kid, she's like, nah, I don't want to use the bathroom. I'm like, why?
After you see that, you don't know what's real.
Yeah. I mean, after hearing that crocodiles and snakes can come up your toilet, you know, I'm just like, yeah.
That's wild.
I mean, I can understand it now, but back then I was just like, why? You know, but well, to answer your question, I believe for me would be like the badass way to go would just be like a quick death for me, like just like a fight out of trying to get out of the situation of whatever I'm in, and then just die, you know, like mainly because I don't like
the Predator movie when like the Japanese dude had the final stand with the Predator,
something like that. Yeah.
No, that would be pretty cool.
Least favorite way, I mean, drowning, just because I fucking absolutely hate. That's like my biggest fear is drowning.
Fair.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's I almost drowned once.
Like,
Like
Drowning is the way to go.
it's really painful. Like
It feels like
Well, okay, so
apparently burns your feels like it's burning your lungs.
yeah,
yeah, I don't.
like it's also like kind of slower.
My thing is like I've yeah, I've had situations where like I had to like gasp for air really bad, and knowing that I have to do that drowning, it's like it scares me. So that's why
I don't like the ocean for that reason. Like when it's like dark, like you can't see the floor and everything. Like
The seaweed's touching your feet.
don't even. No.
I don't go to the beach, bro. I don't go to the beach.
That's fair.
Especially with all like the stuff that's going on lately. They're closing all the beaches down.
Oh yeah.
Because of all the bacteria. Some lady's dog died.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's also a shark attack too. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I don't remember. It was close. It was closer too.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember the name.
Was it
now.
like-
I'll have to, look it up later? But yeah, it was like I saw a picture too. This girl got her whole cat.
Oh,
like,
oh,
yeah,
I
remember?
saw that.
Remember?
I think it was by
No, Christian showed us.
wasn't it?
Yeah, Christian
Yeah,
showed us.
actually, yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah, and it was just like a perfect chunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy photo. I hated that photo.
Watched Jaws as a kid and I ruined it.
I don't like shark movies.
I've never seen Jaws, to be honest with you. I haven't not seen the whole thing. I've seen bits and pieces, but I have not seen the whole thing.
It's pretty good for the 70s.
Yeah.
And this, like the robot, the animatronic,
Yeah.
cool, you know?
That's pretty dope, yeah. I like the.
I don't.
I hated seeing
I'm
the.
more scared of shark movies than I am like horror movies. I don't
Yeah.
like it.
I mean, anything to do with water, really.
Yeah, no, like.
Got any more questions?
I guess again, if you're in a movie setting, do you guys think you would be quote unquote the final girl?
No,
or no?
I don't. Is it you?
The last chick alive.
Naya, do you think you'd be able to survive that long, or are you like the first ones to go?
It depends what kind of.
Am I able to use my critical thinking, like, as
As you are now,
You.
do you think you'll be able to survive?
not...
But what if it was like an extraterrestrial kind of thing? Like what then? You know?
Again,
It
the
depends.
final
Like, is it,
girl.
like what kind? Is it a slasher? Is it what? Yeah, I'm just like,
They're like, should we check out the shed?
I'm like,
Fuck no. Let's leave. Like, let's call 911. Like, I don't know.
Like, we got smartphones, you know?
Yeah.
You know, we got service. That makes sense.
Nah, I don't know. I think if it was an alien movie, maybe I might do some dumb shit.
Okay.
Just because it's, you know.
An extraterrestrial,
Holy
yeah.
shit, look at that guy.
Have you seen that one movie? It's on, I want to say it's Hulu. It's about this girl who's in this house by herself. And
Oh, No One Will Save You?
yeah, that one.
That's a good one.
You know?
No.
No, it's pretty crazy. It's like very little dialogue, but basically this chick is in her house by herself, and she gets like random phone calls of abuse, right, or something like that.
Well,
People
from her town hate her.
yeah,
She's really like ostracized from her town. She hates going there, but
but basically it leads to like the aliens.
ooh, there's a spider.
Don't say that. I hate spiders.
Yeah, me too.
Basically, these aliens like show up and they just like hunt her down, and she's like surviving, and it's pretty fucking crazy. I mean, there was a funny moment where this alien like is on his tippy toes, it's like tippy toeing, and that whole time I thought the Flintstones, you know, when they're just like tippy toeing through the yeah. But it's a good movie. You should watch that one.
Is it like a Cloverfield?
It's less.
Yeah,
It's very sci-fi, less horror, but it has like I guess more of a suspense aspect to it.
Okay. Well, I'll check it out. Shit.
I want to know the one that you were showing us last time at your house. The one with where they just kept giving birth to each other.
Yeah. So okay.
Oh, was it Men? The movie. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen Men?
No.
Okay.
And I've seen dudes walking around.
No, the name of the movie is Man. That's a fucking gnarly movie.
It's
I know.
wild.
It's like,
Yeah.
"Come here, guys, let's watch this really quick." And I was
It's
like,
the ending. The ending, it's basically almost like a psychological type thing. This lady is just dealing with like the trauma of her husband's death, and because like he put the blame on her, I'm gonna kill myself because of you type of thing, and she sees as he falls to his death basically, and then she walks outside and she sees him where he's like stuck on the metal gate, and it's like poking through his body.
Nice.
But she goes to this. It's like some other foreign country.
I thought it was England.
Yeah, I want to say it was like England,
London, yeah.
somewhere in the UK. And she ends up in this house, and she ends up seeing like this person in different forms of body. Like it's the same guy or whatever, just as a woman, as a policeman, as the bartender, and like at the end this guy is just giving birth over and over and over, and it's just fucking weird. She's seen it.
it's like they give one person like gives birth, and then they like
and as soon as that person comes out,
yeah, and then that
it's weird. It's fucking weird. Yeah,
But it was like different ways that it was happening.
Eternal cheat.
Dude, I mean, it's fucking nuts. But
that was also kind of when I was watching it, she was like just standing there instead of going inside the house.
She was just like,
yeah.
And I was like,
Oh, and it got into the house as well as it kept rebirthing itself.
yeah.
But I mean, at that point, because you didn't see the whole movie, but at that point, she had already been like tired of fighting it off. So she was.
It's a door.
No, I know, but it was like it was in her house though. Like it was in her house. It was doing all kinds of crazy shit to her. But at that
Was
point,
it like actually happening, or was it just all?
it's a mental thing. It's a mental thing. So that's why it seems kind of stupid, but it's a mental thing. So you just got to pay attention. So
Okay.
That's my ride. Gotta go.
Yeah.
but yeah, it's one of those psychological movies, and I mean, I would suggest watching it if you want to see something.
Well,
Yeah.
I kind of like movies like that. Like I liked it wasn't a psychological one, but Get Out. Like I thought that was a good.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Than your normal horror movie idea.
Yeah.
I'd probably die in that movie.
No, that was a good movie.
I haven't seen the. Was it? There's 2 and 3, or just 2?
No. So there's Get Out, there's
Us, and Nope.
right?
Yeah, I haven't seen the other 2.
Yeah, I haven't seen those.
Pretty decent.
I mean, I saw
still haven't
Us.
seen Nope.
I saw Us. That one was kind of. At the end, you're like, oh shit, now it makes sense. But Get Out, I believe, was better than Us.
Okay.
No, I think Get Out was his number one. Jordan Peele's number one movie.
I have a question for you. Do you guys prefer movies or TV shows?
That's
All I've heard you guys talk about like movies. So I'm
Oh, okay.
curious.
All right, okay. Put it to you like this.
Horror TV shows?
I think there's
Well, there's
a couple.
series. There's
Yeah.
series, like on Netflix and stuff like that.
yeah.
I mean, who really
Yes, a
watches?
TV show.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, to answer your question, yes, I do enjoy TV shows like that. Like, what was that? The Midnight Masses one. The Haunting of
American
Hill
Horror
Manor.
Story.
That's another one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Bly House Manor
Yeah, by House Manor. That whole
series. I think it's by all the same director.
the same director.
Yeah. I don't watch too many of them, but I've watched American Horror Story.
Well, they're kind of like American Horror Story. It's just to me, it's a better storytelling than American.
Oh, The Fall of House Usher. That was another one.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen that one all the way yet. But yeah, that's another one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think it just like shows more in general because I feel like it's more time to like go in depth with everything.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I mean, I enjoy it because you're like constantly like, oh shit, what's gonna happen next? And what's gonna happen next? It's got you on edge.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm watching another one. It's a psychological thriller called The Clearing. It's basically about, I guess it's like a cult, and they have like these kids, and they're raising them to be a certain way, and they
Like Children of the Corn type of thing.
almost they have their hair dyed a certain way. They're almost like blonde pilgrims type hairdo. But they're like raising these kids to be a certain way, but one of them, like as she grows up, she like recognizes what they have done is wrong, and they abduct the little girl and they kill her, and the girl who grows up is just trying to figure out what really happened to her. So yeah, so it's like kind of like a back and forth type thing. They show her as she's a young girl, and then as she's an adult and dealing with all the other shit.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's a good show. It's on Hulu if you ever want to watch it.
Sponsored.
It's sponsored, yeah. Hey, look, a bunny. Not really a bunny over there.
Oh, what? Is it?
Yeah, it's a little bunny right there.
Hanging out.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn into the monster from the movie.
Yeah.
No, literally.
I'll say American Horror Story, though, was one of those shows that I didn't really like. Some of it, that's my one thing with horror. It's like, if it gets too weird,
Yeah.
like too like they're like cutting people open and like doing
Can't get freaky
shit.
like that.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, like that's not.
Doing
It's
too
not
much.
scary. I'm just like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some seasons I didn't watch. Haven't watched any of their newer ones because once they got like the main cast off, I was like, okay.
No, the recent seasons have been bad. The recent seasons haven't been good.
No. I think one I didn't like is Apocalypse or whatever. I don't like natural disaster movies. I don't know. Because it feels too real. I'm like, ooh.
I find them very
Like
intriguing.
zombies. I don't like zombie movies either.
I've never been like, zombies never grabbed my attention the way those other stuff. Like, I don't know. It's
I
just,
feel like that could happen, and I'm not for it. But
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think I would survive in a zombie apocalypse. I think I'd just like kill myself from the get-go. I'd be like, bye, we're done.
I would see them as like kind of unrealistic.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's not, yeah.
There's like the Evil Dead zombies, with
Yeah.
hauling ass, and they're like really strong. And
Yeah,
like
not like that.
Yeah. They're just like all slow and stupid.
like unless you like get yourself in a spot where you're kind of screwed, you'd probably be okay.
I think I just watched it too young, and I was
But then
like,
I
nah.
think the people
Same with
killing each
Annabelle.
other is kind of real. You know? But I don't know.
I mean, I don't know, because I like as when I was growing up, I've heard of people having zombie kits, like in case of a zombie apocalypse. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, but I mean, I never thought of it to be like real.
I
you
just
know?
think about like animals and stuff where they have like.
I mean, I can see animals, yeah.
No, but I mean like if that could happen
Yeah.
to like humans or something, you know, because it's
okay, but
their brain and it like makes them act a little zombie-like. It wouldn't be the same, but it's like
I mean, at that point, it's just rabies. You know what I mean? To me, it's just rabies.
Well,
It's like there's a fungus that
Yeah.
takes over certain deer and then some smaller animals.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, it's not just rabies. You're like,
Amount of time.
Okay.
Even still with that, like if they don't eat something or if they don't spread, they would just die.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you'd think like we would just figure that out and like launch
You'd hope,
up,
yeah.
but
yeah, I don't know. Some people are stupid.
one of my favorites was Zombieland. Like
Well, that's more of a comedy, you know. You know, it's got, yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
They weren't like getting screwed by the zombies.
That makes sense.
And it's just kind of funny, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Zombieland was a funny movie. I liked it.
I remember liking World War Z when that first came out
Oh, yeah,
with Brad Pitt. Yeah, I like that one a lot. They made a video game about it, and that was crazy looking at it. Like how they made it, I was like, I would be so stressed out playing that game, and I was like, I'm not buying that game.
Well,
Not
I mean,
doing
The
that.
Last of Us is a show, and that's based off of the video game.
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you seen
Yeah,
that?
I
I've
haven't seen
it.
The Last of Us yet.
I haven't seen the show.
The show's pretty
The
good.
game.
I saw some pictures from them filming the second season. It was cool.
How many seasons are there? Well, there's-
They're on the second one. They're filming it right now.
Oh, okay.
They're in Georgia, I believe.
Well, can't wait for that.
Yeah, more.
I think it could be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just started. Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to ask. Any more questions? Questions?
I'll let you sit there. You can marinate on it.
Yeah.
All right, that's the end of our show again. No, I'm just kidding. Damn it.
The cricket's really out.
I know. It's keeping me on edge.
Stuff.
Yeah.
All right, we could do that.
Does anybody have any good stories?
You know what? I feel like I've told a lot.
I mean, I've pretty much said the majority of them. I don't know if did I tell you last time you were at my place? So at my mother-in-law's house. Yeah.
The one where there was like the person behind you in the mirror or something.
No, that's actually.
what?
my-
Oh, that sounds awful.
Your
No.
current one?
No. I think he's thinking about the one I put up on TikTok, or I pushed or tapped on the shoulder.
Something like I remember you
Yeah.
telling me something. But
No. This was actually at my mother-in-law's house. We were. Okay, so this house for some reason it kind of gives me like a little creepy vibe, but it's not like super bad. I had this weird experience where I was asleep and like I remember like when as I'm sleeping, I'm still in that same room that I'm sleeping, but I'm waking up in my dream. You know what I mean? And I see like this shadow person standing over me and telling me to get out, that it's his house. I'm like, okay, well I don't even fucking live here, but whatever. You know, like oh, I'll leave. No, but I'm saying, but it, like to me it was kind of weird because like I didn't know who this person was, and it was just like this black shadow person, right? And my wife was telling me that I was mumbling in my sleep, right? But then like days after that, there was a situation where I came home from work and she's, getting my plate ready for me to eat. And I sit down, and as soon as I sit down, she turns around with the plate, and the chair next to me literally slid back and like turned towards me. Like it just turned. And I'm like, I looked at the chair and I looked at her and I'm like, did you see that? And she's like, yeah, I saw that. So to me, that just makes me feel like there really is something there. But I mean, it's not like one of those crazy things where it's like fucking with you constantly or anything. But
Like teasing in a way.
yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I've had other weird shit happen. Like I said before in the other episode, I was in our old house in Los Angeles, where this thing, I don't know what it was, it came up behind me and it tapped my shoulder, and I was home alone. And then the whole day after that, I just had a big handprint, like it was a wet handprint, but it was on my shoulder. Yeah, it was like so if somebody wet their hand and just like put their hand on you, and it was there throughout the entire day, and it wouldn't go away, and it freaked me out because it's like, again, I was home alone.
I mean, it could have been the wet bandits from Home Alone.
Maybe. Fuck, what is his name?
With the nose.
Yeah, I know.
I think they both got gnomes.
I've never been touched by like anything.
No, it's
I've
weird.
like seen stuff, but not.
I think even like grays, like feels like someone's passing by me. But there's like the air conditioning isn't on, no windows are
Well, I
open.
might have that maybe, but I don't think it's like. I guess I rationalize it and like, nah, it was nothing. It just had to be like the AC or something like that. But no, not like,
No,
not to that extent, I guess.
something.
I have my like name called out to me, like I'm in my room.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like home alone.
Don't like
But it's like it's distinctly my mom's voice or something at my old house, and I was like, I'm not opening my door. I'm not leaving this room. Not at all. Yeah. Or sometimes it'd be like
I know.
early in the morning. Yeah. It'd be like early in the morning or like late at night, and I was like, no, I'm not leaving this room today. So
I think the one time that really freaked me out as a kid was when I had my name called. It was me and my mom, because we lived alone, right? It was before she met my stepdad. I was a fucking bad kid, right? And so again,
Photos.
shut up. So we were in the house alone, and she, as a kid, you rebuttal for some fucking reason, right? You don't want a certain food or whatever, and so you like make this big fit. And for some reason, like I had said something to my mom, and I stormed off to my room, and I started playing my Nintendo. And I remember sitting there all alone, right? And I hear like somebody calling my name, and it was like a really like low whisper. And I kept saying like, what? Like, what do you want? And at first I thought it was my neighbor calling me from outside the window. And it kept saying my name, and I was like, what? And again, it would just repeat my name, and I was like, what? Like, what do you want? Until finally, like, it came here in my ear, and it whispered my name in my ear, and that's when it like freaked me out, and I ran out, and I think at that moment, my mom, like, she kind of like freaked out a little bit too. But she was saying like, you know, that's just God punishing you for what you're doing because you're not doing as I tell you to. But I mean, yeah, I from that point on, I felt like there's been something like attached to me from that point on because I've experienced all kinds of weird shit. So
Find yourself and see a priest or something.
I want to.
What's holding you back from not doing that?
I have sage in my room.
I don't
right now.
know, honestly. Like I don't know
It's
why.
the demons. They're holding you back.
Probably. Dude,
Imagine.
maybe. I don't know, you know? I don't know. But I mean, I haven't like seen things. The only other time was when I had that sleep paralysis type dream. But I mean, other than that,
That's the time I hear stuff like call me. It's like when I have sleep paralysis, I'm like,
yeah.
But I don't see things. Like some people have like things crawling on them, and I'm like,
Yeah, no.
I can't even open my eyes. Sleep paralysis. I'm just like,
I don't think I've ever had that at all.
Sleep paralysis?
No.
No?
oh, it's horrible. I hate it. I feel like this must be what getting possessed feels like, but
You know what? I don't know. I don't think so. I think being possessed is like completely different.
I don't know. I just feel like I don't have control over my body. Like I can't do anything. Like I can move like my eyeballs, but not my eyelids. And it's just like it just feels weird because you can't move anything, but you're like fully conscious and aware of everything else. So I'm like, like no control. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't like it.
I mean, I wouldn't like it either, but you know, I don't. Possession and sleep paralysis. I don't.
I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it's like I feel like that's
It's probably
just this. Yeah.
Share something
Oh, okay.
Please do, man. For fuck's sakes.
this whole time. Well, for me, you know, regarding sleep and everything, for me, I sleepwalk
Do you really?
pretty fucking gnarly. My parents would be like, you know, you're yelling. And I was like, yeah, I figured. But anyways,
Dude.
yeah, so yeah, I sleepwalk, and you know, when I was, you know, younger, sometimes it still happens. It comes, you know, fades in and out, but sometimes in the middle of the night, I get kind of woken up, but I'm still, you know, pretty much asleep. And so, you know, when I get woken up, I sort of see things, like people in my room. It can be anybody. I don't. It, you know, it could be a lady, it could be a man.
Can you describe any of them, like what you see?
People you know.
I remember one time. It's actually like a pretty freaky thing that for some reason happens to me. But there was one time where I was, you know, obviously sleeping.
Sleepwalking.
And I got woken up and I'm still laying down, and in my room there's an office chair. I have my whole desk and everything. And the office chair was turned around, and then there's a guy hunched over, right? And I can never really see their face. I know what like shape body they are, but I looked at him, and he just looked super tired. Like he like just kind of just looked up to me, super like lazy eyes, and I could kind of see his face, and his face looked like it was, you know, almost like a burn, like a charcoal burn,
Okay.
almost. That was like, okay. That was pretty freaky. And then there's like other times where there's a lady that had a dress and from like the 1800s, you know, 1800s, you know, with the, you know,
Yeah.
dresses,
Yeah.
like the fet, you know,
Yeah.
the whole
Like
outfit.
a built-made outfit or something. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
Sometimes I see animals too.
Oh no.
Do they ever talk at all, or do you just only see them?
They only like just look at me.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever like?
Sometimes they'll build the courage to like tell them to like actually get out, because you know, in the moment it's scary.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know who you
Because
are.
I'm like half asleep, and then I'm like, am I really awake right now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, when I see animals too, a lot of them are like snakes.
Oh.
Snakes, or sometimes it's like some type of dog or wolf or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty they don't really ever do anything. They just sort of like, here I am.
Yeah.
You see me now. Yeah.
It's interesting.
And I also like live in like an old area. And right next to my neighborhood is a school, which is like the oldest school in like Orange County.
Oh shit.
So it's been there since like the 30s.
Damn.
So, and then I also live next to the Santa Ana River, which is, it's the natural river. Now it's all like built up and man-made, controlled and everything. There's like
farmland too?
Yeah, there's a lot of farmland. I live in Olive Heights, which is like, obviously they grew like olive trees and stuff. And that's where it got its name. And also with the Santa Ana River, there was, there was floods all the time. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My mom says, "Oh, there's a portal in your room."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, do you have mirrors in your room?
Oh yeah, because when a mirror like two mirrors
yeah,
each other,
they
they
face each other.
Because I remember being in your room and you had those closet, right? It was the closet mirrors.
or you shouldn't have a mirror facing your bed either.
Yeah, they say it's like a gateway or like a portal for. Yeah, fuck that. And that
Cover 'em up.
It happened a lot. There was a giant tree in our backyard. We had to tear it down because it was getting a little too big. But right when we chopped down that tree, that's when it really kind of just stopped.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. So
Maybe that tree has something to do.
tied to it.
it still like happens every now and again. But I think almost.
So which one, out of all of the shit that you've seen, which one has been the scariest one that like tripped you out the most? That you were like, oh shit, this is like.
It's happened so many times.
But like what specific person or animal freaked you out the most?
I'll say. Oh, there's one time there was a guy, and he had like a top hat, and that was pretty freaky because each time I see something, they carry like a certain energy with them. Like it's kind of I get sort of like a good vibe or a bad vibe, but like what I told you about, like with the charcoal face, burnt and everything, that was pretty freaky because it was a pretty sight to see. It was definitely really scary.
Okay.
Is it like Abraham Lincoln? So
I feel like a lot of people I've talked to have had paranormal experiences. Always see like a guy with a top hat. They call it like the shadow man. I think it's like a common thing that people see. It's just like yeah.
because me and my buddy took I think it's like Mile Square Park in Huntington. We took mushrooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were walking around.
So basically, you had a bad trip.
Yeah.
We kept seeing this same figure. Like, it was like an all-black figure.
Like both
red
of you?
glowing eyes. We were both seeing this.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I was like, is this just some dude walking around? But he like had like a little, it was almost like a fedora bowler hat. And he's walking around this track and we're walking towards him and he's just looking and he kind of like tipped his hat and walked past us. And I look at my friend and I was like,
Yeah.
was that shit real? And then we look and he was gone. Like disappeared. And then we're walking later and there was like the same version of him without a hat sitting on a rock. Just like chilling there, staring at nothing. And we're both sitting there like really fucking looking at it.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm like, I hope this isn't a real person.
No, yeah.
I know,
Are you
like,
just
what-
denying them?
But he just kind of sat there and looked, and the same thing, red glowing eyes, all black figure. It didn't help too. There was like kids in the park. Like,
I
Yeah.
hit my eye earlier.
Oh, okay.
they were like chanting. They're like, "Come on, come hang out." And we were like, "Is that fucking real?" Like,
Yeah.
Dude, I think so. I mean, obviously, smoking weed is not as bad as shrooms, but
it's a different. But yeah.
but okay. So one time I remember smoking weed and like I had to drive home, and for some reason I was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm gonna take this shortcut. It's a dirt road, but like it's dark, right? There's like no lights, there's no pavement, and you're like so close to the edge of the mountain. And so I just decided to go. Yeah, I'm high as shit, right?
Good timing.
As a kid.
But for some reason, I just kept picturing like a demon or the devil was in the back seat with me the whole time, just like staring at me through the rearview mirror. and I'm just like freaking out. Like I'm trying to like be as cautious as I possibly can, but I'm like still tripping
Precious
out.
cargo.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm tripping out. And I'm seeing this fucking thing behind me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm just like, this whole time I'm just like thinking, dude, I'm just high. I'm high. Like it's gonna pass me by. I'm just fucking. But like the thing was back there the whole ride home or through the mountain, and after that, it's like, oh shit. Like that was like the last time I smoked weed, and I was like, fuck this. I'm never doing this again.
Yeah.
The devil's gonna take you next time. The devil's lettuce.
I kind of had a recent event with the old bubonic chronic.
Oh. Okay. Not heard that one before. Okay.
Hello, man. By the way, to your parents, man.
He's making this story up.
Yeah.
He never.
It's straight off the dome.
We're obviously as high as the moon, and we're just sitting there, and my friend and I, we both looked at each other, and we're just like spacing out for a solid like probably 10 seconds. I'll say, like if I had to guess. Like I don't really like have it.
Yeah, time is completely different when you're stoned.
And then we like snap out of it, and then we're like, "Do we just talk to each other without even speaking?"
Dude, I done the same shit on acid. It's crazy. I did it with 2 other friends, and one guy, he wasn't like quite there. But me and my other buddy got to this point where we couldn't speak anymore for some reason, like no matter how hard we tried. And so Matt, my friend, was like slightly annoying us. And I was looking at my other buddy so hard, trying to tell him like, yo, he's really annoying me. And then so he just kind of looks at me, he's like, yeah. And he starts typing into the YouTube search bar what I was thinking. And then so we started typing like that. And then I'm like looking at him really hard, like thinking of this song he should play. And he looks at me, he's like, and he looks it up and like played the song, and I was like, what the fuck were we on? Like, what the hell?
Dude, I've heard like it's crazy because I've heard other stories like that, and it trips me out. Like maybe there is like a certain sense that you're communicating like that.
Because it was like he knew what I was talking.
Yeah.
But we weren't speaking, and I could hear him, but he wasn't saying it.
Yeah.
And our friend's like, the fuck are you guys doing right now? You're just looking at each other? You're like,
Oh.
shut the fuck up. Stupid, but I don't know. Sometimes, like, stuff like that, it makes me wonder, does that activate something else?
Yeah, because I mean, there's like, we only use what, one side of the brain?
Well, I think that's, like, not totally true, but
like, it's supposedly,
full capacity or
Yeah.
So maybe doing something like that taps into like the other part of your brain that you don't really use, and it's just like it's
Well, even like hallucinating stuff. I feel like that's probably a big part of horror. And like, like your spider thing, right? I hate spiders too.
Oh fuck!
We went into a bathroom while we were on the mushroom set, and then my friend has to go, and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And I go in just to not be outside alone.
Yeah.
And there's probably one spider in the corner, but my brain saw that and multiplied it, and the whole bathroom was fully covered in spiders crawling everywhere with webs, and they're big ones like dropping down. I was like, fuck that, good luck. Let me know when you're done. And then it felt like he was in there for an hour, and I just kept seeing him coming out and shit.
Oh.
It was like trippy, but my brain was like, yeah, you're scared of this, so let's make it worse.
Yeah. That sounds not fun.
Yeah, it does
It
not.
was actually, but
I mean, yeah, bro, yeah.
that's kind of crazy.
Have you done ecstasy?
No.
Okay, because I mean, I haven't done it, but I have a homeboy who's done it, and he's told me like shit that he's seen. Like it's, I guess like shit is like melting or like, because he's a raver, right? And so I remember being at one of the, like this. I remember being at this like it's not, it doesn't exist anymore, but there's a place called Gotham. And a lot of, they would have like a raver side and a hip hop side. And I remember going with him one time, and all these people would be just like freaked out on these like lights, because he had these gloves with like these little like lights at the tip. Yeah, and they would do all this shit, and I'm just like, and I would just see these people just like freak out, and I've heard like stories of people just saying like shit melts, people's faces get turned different, and it's just, I don't know, like some people have bad trips. So
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't think I'm built for that kind of stuff.
I'm not. I know I'm not for sure.
I heard a lot of it's just like your mental state going in.
Yeah.
Like if you're already worried about stuff, or like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
or something,
It's just gonna make it worse.
things
Yeah.
go bad.
Yeah, that's what I heard about like acid and shrooms too. Like it depends on where your mind is at. it's gonna be a good trip or a bad trip. It's just it's just how it is, I guess.
I pretty much always have fun with it, but there are some people that are like, I'm never doing that shit again. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
So it's also a long experience, though. So
yeah.
It's like you got to commit to like what, 12 hours?
Yeah.
Like
Somebody offered me shrooms. I was like, well, I mean, how long is that gonna last? They're like 8 hours. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I got.
it's like 6. Like realistic.
Either way, man, I got shit to do, man. I got like I'm not trying to sit there for 6 hours and just be tripping out. I'm good.
It's kind of fun. You see the walls like moving.
Yeah, I know.
Shit's going crazy. Like,
But I've also heard, what I've heard though is like, this guy was telling me that his uncle found his passion in life by doing shrooms or acid, one or the other. I forget which one it was. But he did drugs and started working on his car, and then that just like instantly opened up his brain to like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
well, a lot of people use it to like try to overcome problems and stuff too.
Well, I can see.
Because like if you've got a lot of issues in your life, it'll show them to you. And then so people that say they had a bad trip, it's because they're trying not to go and deal with that thing.
Yeah,
If you kind of let it happen, it'll allow you to think about it in a different way. Because now your brain's making different connections and
Yeah. My
positive. Who knows?
I have a psychology professor who was talking about that. She's studying it because now it's a thing. So yeah, they're just like they, I guess like trips at them and like help them work through stuff.
shit.
Yeah. So I guess
Trauma or something.
so,
No, I haven't heard of that.
yeah.
I tried watching a horror movie on it actually too.
How was that?
It didn't work out too well.
What movie was it, if you remember?
The Blair Witch Project.
Oh,
What made
Okay.
it hard was that like I couldn't even see what the hell was happening because it's a grainy movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shot on a VHS. The whole time I'm like everything's blurring together. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like I know something's scary, but I don't
Yeah.
know what.
Yeah.
I guess it didn't really get me.
You know what pisses me off in like these newer movies is like when it's a dark scene, they like make it completely dark where you can't see shit.
Yeah.
And you're trying to like see like what's going on, but there's like it's dark. You can't see anything.
Like it's so dark.
Yeah.
So black unless you're in a theater, maybe.
Even in the theater, like you can't see what is actually going on, and that pisses me off because I'm like trying to like stay
scared.
not get scared, but trying to like really like make out of like how all this is going and how it
Do you think
connects.
that's intentional? Like they don't want you?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe, but I mean, is it really necessary? Like
Maybe,
in
I
some
don't
of the movies, it's just like it,
I get what you mean though.
Yeah.
Like I was watching. It was when I watched X, I think. Yeah, like on my home TV, there was a scene that was so black that like
yeah. So why have it there?
like I could see the character, and I know there's supposed to be detail on the side, but
Yeah.
I couldn't make out anything except
Yeah, exactly.
its face.
Yeah, see,
It was on purpose. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, but that to me, that shit just it bothers me. I don't know. Film world, figure that shit out. I don't know.
I mean, I get you.
Yeah.
Do you believe people would take drugs to communicate with people on the other side, like the dead people?
Like, maybe. I don't know of any like experiences like that.
I mean, I haven't heard of it, but I
Just
mean,
makes
is it a
me think of like a
possibility?
Ouija board. But maybe if you like did something and then tried out your Ouija board, you might get a different experience. But then you might also be imagining.
Yeah. I don't think you'd be able to like differentiate what's.
What's real, what's not?
That's where it's hard, like with the hallucinations. But I don't know. Like I know my mom used to mess around with a lot of that stuff and like tarot cards and Ouija boards. My dad always told me this story when I was like a kid. She was doing some shit and then like a spirit started fucking with the house and like knocking shit off the walls, stuff like that. And he went around the room and started like praying into every room with a cross to get rid of it. And I guess the only room it didn't come into was my space, but it went into every other room in the house. And I guess he ended up getting rid of it, but he blames it on her using the
Yeah.
almost shit.
Yeah.
It's
So,
crazy.
I mean,
Do you know of any more stories of your mom or your dad that have like?
not specifically.
No?
My dad's told me like a guardian angel story he had where he was surfing in Huntington Beach or Dana Point. And he was surfing and he got caught in the riptide and like knocked off his board. And he was like drowning for sure. And out of nowhere, this dude with like silver white blonde hair pulls up, got him out of the water, took him onto the beach. And then he kind of just said, like, yo, thanks so much for helping me, like, whatever. And by the time he tried to get up and look for the guy, the dude was just gone completely. There were no footprints in the sand, no evidence of anything happening. So if it was paranormal for real, or if he just kind of misremembered certain details of almost drowning, I don't know, but there's that one.
Have you ever had like any experiences like that where you felt like a guardian angel helped you out in a certain situation? Because I'm gonna tell you this, man. I know for a fact there's times I should have gotten my ass beat, and I was able to walk away, man. I was able to walk away. So,
I mean, I don't think I have. Like, my only other good personal ghost story was the streetlights one.
yeah.
But that was just, we were young and we were walking around and we're like, dude, wouldn't it be crazy if all the lights started turning off and something's coming to get us?
Well, they don't know the story. They don't know the story.
Me and my cousin at the time were walking up my house, or up the street to my house, and it's this big long hill with like little yellow street lights every so often. And we're talking like, dude, wouldn't it be such a trip if like these lights started turning off? Like, it's kind of creepy, right? Like, it'd be like a ghost movie. And then as we're walking, we look back, the lights started turning off one by fucking one. Like, right after we'd pass it, it would go black. And it kept happening. We were like, oh shit. So we started running, and then they started turning off quicker. And as far as I know, they're not motion censored lights. If they were, I don't think they'd pick up a little person and then just right away, you know? And they were on the whole way in front of us. So, I don't know, that's the closest I ever got. We booked it into the house and we were like freaking out the whole fucking time.
Yes. That is creepy. That is creepy.
How'd you almost get beat? What happened?
We'll discuss that at another time. No, it's because we're already at our cap time. So yeah, but I mean, I would love to have you guys back on here, especially you, Connor.
I want to hear more.
I want to hear more of your sleepwalking.
Yep.
One last question. One last question before we go.
Yeah.
Have you ever peed anywhere inside the house other than the bathroom while you were sleepwalking?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was just asking.
I know what I am, so.
Okay, I just asked because I've heard of stories like people.
Are you like aware when you're sleeping? Sleepwalking?
I wonder if it's like
Kinda.
lucid dreaming.
It's like half and half. Sleep. And then I'm there. It's wishy-washy. So.
Gotcha. All right. Well, then I guess that's where we're going to end it because, like I said, we're out of cap timing. Appreciate you guys coming out. I know you guys have a long-ass trip just to get here. So I appreciate you guys being here.
Appreciate you.
So if you guys ever want to come back, we'll do another podcast show. Sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Connor, don't back out, man. I know you always try to back out of things.
Oh.
Not quite.
All right, so that's where we'll end it.
Oh, thank you for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe and leave some comments down below.
And make sure to look at the merch and buy some.
Oh, okay.
You had design coming out.
Yeah.
Or you gotta get it for free.
We'll talk about that later, baby.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Nice.
So that's where we'll end it. All right. Till then, peace out, and thank you guys for coming.
Bye.
All right. I'm quit.